Preacher here. Join me for a moment of devotion.
Preacher here, and this is a moment of devotion. And hey, in this world, we tend to focus on ourselves, on things of this world, how we can better ourselves, how we can get farther, how things can be bigger and better and greater, and how we can do it better than anyone else. But that's not the mindset as Christians we're supposed to have. You know what? Before we go into this, though, let's look at Matthew 18, 1 through 6. It says, "At that time, the disciples came to Jesus and said, 'Who then is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven?' And he called a child to himself and set him before them and said, 'Truly I say to you, unless you are converted and become like children, you will not enter the kingdom of heaven. Whoever then humbles himself as a child, he is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. And whoever receives one such child in my name receives me. But whoever causes one of these little ones who believe in me to stumble, it would be better for him to have a heavy millstone hung around his neck and to be drowned in the depths of the sea.'" If you've spent time around children, then you can attest to the innate human desire to be the best, the fastest, the strongest. Watch me run. I'm the fastest in the world. It sounds adorable coming from a little boy, but those same words from a grown man would be unsettling, for better or worse. Most of us hide that desire to be the best. We don't go out telling everybody in the world because, that's going to cause people to look at you different. They're going to be like, "Hey, look, there's that guy. He thinks he's better than everybody else," right? So we hide these desires from people, but a lot of people still have them. It's part of their fleshly mindset. Yet when Jesus' disciple asked, "Who then is greatest in the kingdom of heaven?" it seemed they were trying to one-up each other, thinking as a child would. Am I the greatest, or is he? Why is he better than me? How could I surpass him? And Jesus responded to their juvenile question with a necessary rebuke. None of them were greater or the greatest. Yet as adult men, they held legal and social status that women and children couldn't attain. Yet in God's kingdom, this sort of privilege would not only fail to gain them power, it would be a roadblock. And that's because when we turn to the Lord, we have to learn to humble ourselves. We got to learn to humble ourselves before our fellow man, to put people before us, to show the love of God. Sometimes learning to put the love for others before our own selves is a giant step in Christian maturity. And it helps us to learn to become more Christ-like. So as we grow each day, as we go on in our lives, we need to focus on what it takes to become more Christ-like, to allow the love of God to shine through us and from within us, and to not put ourselves first, not to build ourselves up, but to build up God, to build up Jesus Christ, to share his message and his truth, and to let people know that it's for anyone. Anyway, I hope you guys are all having a good one. Be blessed.